Hello and welcome back to another episode of Random Ramblings. As always, I'm here with Game Master,
Hello.
and today we also have special guest host CubeLizard.
Hello.
So to start off, let's just hear a little bit about CubeLizard. Like, how would you describe your channel?
It's got a mix up of mini games, a bit of review content, a little bit of multiplayer stuff, some completion, and of course gaming news each week.
Also, how long have you been on YouTube?
Well, I've been making videos for a month and a bit now, actually almost 2 months now. Although I'm about to do a reset thing like what Gabe did, because I'm not particularly happy with the quality of my content. But yeah, so I've been doing it for about a couple months.
Cool. I've been thinking about doing that too, but I figured I would just leave things up for people to see them if they wanted to. I don't know. I
Yeah,
still
I'm
think.
thinking of leave my stuff there, but sort of changing all the old series around a bit.
Yeah. The only reason I really did that was because my content was very much fragmented. Whereas, like, if I had, like, a steady series or whatever, I probably wouldn't have reset because I
Mm.
would have wanted to keep
Yeah,
that stuff
I
going.
did have a few steady series, but they just weren't engaging. They weren't interesting enough. So
Right.
First Impressions is a new show that I'm adding to the set, I guess, which is different game each time. Just sort of the first half an hour or so of that game,
Yeah.
just sort of a review bit, sort of thing.
Yeah, I've been thinking of doing that kind of with game time.
Yeah, yeah, I saw on your video.
I
That
did
sounds
go back.
quite good.
I went back and unlisted. I'm on my third attempt at a single player series. So I went back and unlisted the other two attempts just because I thought it was weird to be like, here's Let's Play Minecraft Episode 1 three times. You know, it's
Yeah, sure.
Hang on, I just need to close the door. Talk amongst yourselves.
so
So, how's the weather?
it's quite warm. It's summer. How how's it in England at the moment? Is it raining? I hear it's always raining in England.
Well, I
That's
mean
just
it's nighttime right now. I mean it is about 40 minutes till midnight,
Hello.
but
Oh,
yeah,
jeez.
it's
It's late.
pretty
It's
dry. Raining earlier.
Oh wait, are you talking about in real life or in the game?
IRL,
Yes,
yeah.
real life, yeah.
Oh.
Sort of the default small talk.
Right, yeah. So
Yeah.
how's the
So
weather?
Yeah.
How's school? Oh wait. Speaking of school, what do you guys think of the new Twitch getting bought by Amazon thing? Is
How is
that
what
that
the
speaking of
segue?
school?
What?
Oh, be
How
quiet. My segues suck.
Oh, what?
I was
How
about
is that even a segue?
That's
You know, Gabe, you said last time you would leave the segues to me, and
right. Uh,
I had this great segue, but
okay, go ahead. How would have you segued into that?
well, first of all, I was going to ask CubeLizard. Well, I wasn't even going to ask. But I was just going to comment that actually I think what I like best about your channel is probably your news videos because I like the way you put them together, and you have a very nice commentator voice as well. And I
Thank you.
was thinking that uh, it reminded me, sort of how, well, just of a podcast, that it seemed like you would fit into the podcast thing fairly well, just discussing topics. Um,
Yeah,
and I
I am
noticed
happy to
one
be
of
here.
your, yeah, I'm glad you could show up, especially since you're on the other side of the world. Um, but I noticed that one of your topics was about Switch, and my brilliant segue was to go straight from that to, so yesterday,
Uh,
Ah, I see. Right.
we spend half this podcast talking about stuff and the other half explaining our segues.
I see.
yeah, that's it, that's brilliant.
Wow.
Uh, So yeah, yesterday, as of recording, so basically on Tuesday, Twitch released an official announcement saying that they have been acquired by Amazon.com.
I thought it was very
Instead of,
weird after all the rumors about supposedly currently it being talked about being bought by Google, that then suddenly we find out in the blue that it's not Google, it's actually Amazon.
Well,
That's
Mhm.
what sort
yeah.
of surprised me. I mean, we've known for a little while that they'd wanted to sort of be acquired by someone. They'd been looking for offers, but it'd always been thought it'd be Google that was doing it because of the YouTube integration, the whole video on demand thing,
Yeah, and
where it's
there were some
sort of
deals going
content
on.
IDs it now.
There were some
Mhm.
deals
Yeah.
going on where they're like, "Yeah, we're going to be buying Twitch and all this
Mm.
cool stuff is going to be coming. We're going to screw up the video detection audio,
Yeah.
whatever.
I mean, there was that whole sort of anonymous person who from Twitch who confirmed it that Google had bought it. So
Mm-hmm.
everyone was pretty
Right.
sure that it was being acquired by Google, and then suddenly Amazon's like, nope, us.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, but they were in talks with Google. This article says that Google did plan on buying Switch, but negotiations soured before contracts were signed. Uh,
Yeah.
Mm.
that happened around the same time that Twitch started rolling out their, well, quote, rolling out a number of unpopular changes. In
Yes,
other
very
words,
unpopular.
That's
shutting
pushing it
down
lightly.
for having music on them.
Yeah, that was a ridiculous change.
Well, to be
So,
fair, everyone knew it had happened at some point from a legal point of view, because otherwise Twitch would get lawsuits, and then Twitch would have to shut down. I mean, you can't really use copyrighted audio anyway. That is against the law.
Yeah, but
It's
on
fair
the
enough that they're stopping it, but I think what they're doing is like what's with Google's thing with the YouTube Content ID. It's flagging content that legally shouldn't be flagged
yeah, I mean
because it's
like
not a human doing it. It's
they're
automatic.
they're
Computers never understand fair use.
yeah,
mhm.
they're banning like entire half-hour segments of live streams
Oh, I
and
mean, that's just ridiculous. Your
yeah,
ringtone goes off, that's just half an hour gone.
yeah,
That makes it
exactly.
unwatchable.
And like YouTube, they will either mute your video or even take the entire video down if you have a little bit of content
I got one of my videos, a multiplayer video, had two matched songs in it. I was very stupid, playing Burnout Paradise, left the in-game audio on it, of course, all licensed audio,
right.
and it just blocked it in Germany. That's it. Disabled monetization, of course, but just blocked it in Germany.
Huh.
Hmm.
So
And then, of course, you get the copyright strike, and get so many of those, and you're just done.
three, yeah,
Yeah.
three, and it's instant bye bye.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I had that
So,
issue. My cousin claimed that he'd made these songs, so I thought, oh, it'd be cool to include these songs in one of my speed builds. Turns out he just claimed that they were his and they weren't actually, and those videos got taken down. So, uh,
Yeah, it is very annoying the automatic system.
hmm well,
Although to be fair, if it was audio that you weren't allowed to use, then
yeah,
from the person who owns the audio's point of view,
yeah,
but it
right.
is still very annoying.
In my videos, whenever I do a build video or something where I need music, I usually I will use other people's music, but I choose people who like oftentimes do not have a record label, don't have a whole lot of notice. Usually, I just look on Bandcamp, basically.
right,
And
All right.
if it's if it's already like free, then I'll download it and I'll use it, and then I will give them credit both on the video and in the description. So I'm basically trying to give them uh, views and get people to listen to
Mm.
them.
yeah,
I mean, the music I use is from Approaching Nirvana, who have a YouTube policy that states as long as you've legally bought it, you can use it any way you want as long as you put a link to it in your description.
yeah. I think that's
That's it.
kind of the same with Monster Cat, which I use from time to time, and also,
Monster Cat do sometimes do a revenue share
yeah, sometimes.
on their videos. But yeah, Approaching Nirvana don't ask for any money as long as you've bought it.
Yeah.
Then you can use it as much as you want. Just put a link.
Yeah, I haven't really gotten to that point where I'm really earning any significant revenue off
Oh yeah, I mean
YouTube,
I've
so
earned pennies off it, but you know,
I mean, I've got $19 sitting in my Google AdSense account and I can't get it because I don't have
you
enough
have to
money
have
for the payout.
100.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. So,
yeah. In the UK it's £60, and I have like 28p.
oh, that's not
So
bad.
yeah, I'm not pretending to be YouTube rich or anything.
Yeah.
Although actually, it is a topic that I do have a bit to say on. There's a network called TGN that reached out to me a few days ago asking if I wanted to be partnered with them. And me being stupid, thought that, oh wow, going to be partnered by a network, it's going to be awesome. And so I accepted partnership with them. So I am now technically partnered. Now, this is what I thought was going to be very good because I now don't face content ID.
Right.
However, I did a bit of Googling today, and it turns out that actually they don't actually pay their people. They've had a bad reputation. Many of the people there, many of their sort of partners, sort of claim stuff like that they don't get paid. They have a lot of issues with sort of lying and saying that sort of payments have been lost and stuff.
Hmm. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was for a while I was partnered with Awesomeness TV, and
Oh yeah, I saw your thing.
yeah, and I just felt like I wasn't actually doing anything for that network. Like I was just kind of, you know, it's cool to be partnered. Um, Luckily though, it wasn't too difficult to unlink it. They were pretty quick to accept it. So,
Yeah, you
I
can build.
instantly I can't press my unlink button. I've gone to try and do it. It just stays disabled, grayed out.
jeez,
Yeah,
Man,
yeah,
it's just
so-
infuriating. I've emailed them about it though.
mm,
So don't use TGN. Just a quick word of advice for your viewers.
yeah,
yeah, I've never been partnered, and in fact, I don't even have monetization enabled on my videos because I don't make enough money for it to be worth it to me. And
Mm.
I figure it's like, since I'm really not making anything, I don't want to put my viewers through ads. So I just have ads
Actually,
from
that's a good policy. I mean, I've disabled all monetization for my videos because seeing as it's just TGN who are getting my money, I just would rather just turn off ads.
right, yeah,
right
So that's
mm, uh-oh,
money that I would actually want to do it as a job or a part-time job or whatever. Then I would, enable
yeah.
ads. But now there's no point. I don't want to put my viewers through that.
Mm. I mean,
that's fair.
I'd never do something like mid-roll ads. I think they're bad. Like when in the middle of the video and then just suddenly it cuts to an advert. I hate that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's so annoying.
I'm just going to
Mm.
stop the server mat because
Oh, okay, right, yeah, sure.
my internet is slowly cutting out.
Yeah, that's fine.
For those of you who don't know, we were going to attempt to record this with video on Gabe's server, but that didn't work out.
Yeah, and hopefully Piano will have a video coming out of us building on that server.
Yeah, I'll probably go ahead and release that since we don't have
Yeah,
actual video of it otherwise. So
yeah, you might as well.
build video of us that we may or may not actually use the build later, but we'll see.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay.
So speaking of building, um,
Oh gosh, what's this gonna be? Let's just guess, Matt. Let's see. Like
Well,
what
it could be literally anything based on that segue.
speaking of building burgers.
no. Speaking of building,
Did you
what
get
do you
Amazon.com?
think? Yeah, what do you think of Amazon? No. Speaking of building, what do you think of um um? God damn it. Never mind. You guys can take over. I'm
Yeah,
done.
what
I
was it?
quit.
Wow.
Well, what was it? You
Did,
have to tell us now.
I
I
did
don't.
not think it was possible to get a worse segue than before, but
It's entirely possible. Um,
Building.
Speaking of building, what do you think of adding more blocks to Minecraft? Is it really necessary anymore? There we go.
See, that was a good segue. Oh,
Yay!
I approve.
wow.
I've graduated Segway school.
Adding more blocks to Minecraft. Are you talking about like things they've already added, or should they add more?
Like,
What?
just in general, like, do you think Minecraft has enough blocks?
Do you mean blocks as in aesthetic blocks, like sort of stone, cobble, dirt, or do you mean blocks that have a purpose, like now sponge, chests?
I guess aesthetic mostly.
Oh, okay.
What did
I'm,
yours apply to
uh,
you as blocks?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, technically chests are entities, not blocks, but
Nah, chests are blocks, but, well,
I mean, no, I mean in-game code technically they're counted as entities because you can interact with them, but everyone calls them blocks, so
true. We'll go with that.
Well,
yeah,
I know
yeah.
I for one, I have been sort of disappointed that I'm not playing my single player on one of the snapshots because I keep watching the Minecraft server and it's, oh, look at all these new things we have and blah blah blah, and we have andesite and diorite and this and that, and
And then
it's
they have
like
problems with bugs and crashing and
true true enough, but I have found that I've gotten sort of, I don't know, I feel limited by watching other things that could be done, but I think that might be more in part to my ineptness at building, so I don't want to say too much on
I mean,
that.
of course, it's always nice to have more things to do. Having more blocks never hurt someone who didn't want them. Yeah, if you have two people, one person who does want more stuff, one person who doesn't, adding more is just a win-win. It
Right.
doesn't take anything away from the game. However, you don't really need. There is a point at which you can just create a texture pack to fill in textures for existing blocks, because blocks don't do anything. You can just retexture,
Right.
and it'll have no impact on the game at all.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm mostly happy with them adding content as long as it's in a way that isn't sort of forced. I mean, for example, those underground water things now, you kind of have to use them. They're in everyone's game, or they will be after the snapshot becomes a proper release. So that sort of thing, like, I'm not sort of brilliantly happy with because I like playing it without those things. Now, whenever I go underwater, I'm going to have to do them.
Yeah.
But just adding in aesthetic blocks, I think that's fine because that doesn't hurt anyone's experience. It doesn't change the gameplay at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. I enjoy aesthetics, but not so much the here's a whole new mob type, you know.
Yeah,
And we were talking, I think the first episode about how, oh, it would be cool if they added, stuff in the sky and stuff like that. But, it does get to a point where it's sort of just more of a you're making us do this now, really? Like you were saying.
yeah. I
Mm.
mean, many ideas that they're currently adding in are ones that were originally mods, like horses, pistons, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Mm.
Bunnies.
Yeah, the
Hmm.
bunnies the bunnies
Oh,
are
no.
the bunnies are so creepy. Got red eyes.
They
I haven't
look like
actually played on the
Donnie
snapshot, but
Darko.
yeah, I've heard that they are evil.
Oh yeah.
Or
I
they can look
still
a bit
think
evil.
they
Yeah.
look like the Donnie Darko bunny.
Well,
So yeah. Got any topics?
Well, we never really discussed whether or not we like or dislike the fact that Amazon now owns Twitch. Do you think it's a good
uh,
thing, bad thing, an okay thing?
hmm. Well, I mean, I want to know how it's going to affect Twitch before I have any opinion. Because when Google was thinking of buying it, everyone thought that they were going to introduce all sorts of YouTube policies that people hate. But I'm not really sure. Amazon's never done this before. We don't know what they're going to do. If they sort of have, like, in the middle of your stream, suddenly a pop-up link appears to buy this game on Amazon, then I'd hate it if that was not sort of forced. But yeah, I want to see what they're going to do first.
I would say that I would prefer Amazon to own Twitch than Google because Google
Oh yeah.
already way too big of a monopoly on the whole internet.
Oh,
You
we
know,
know what Google's going to do, and it's bad. With Amazon, we
Yeah.
have no idea what they're going to do,
Yeah.
so
I
it
mean,
can't be worse than Google.
yeah. I mean, Amazon started off in book ordering online. Google started off as a
Yeah,
search engine. Those are two very different things than game streaming or you
yeah.
know or making phones or operating systems. Like it's incredible how far they've come, and it's
Oh
incredible
yeah,
to
they
see.
both made phones and operating systems. That's true.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
Google
seems
technically didn't make the hardware for their phones. I think LG did, but nonetheless.
it varies by model.
Mm-hmm.
Asus made one of the Nexuses, others being made by the manufacturers.
Yeah,
And technically, Amazon's OS, their version of Android, well, it's just a version of Android which, again, Google made,
yeah.
although it's a bit modified. Also,
Just
Fire Phone is just ridiculous. It's a
like
phone that you can scan products to buy on Amazon.
yeah. I mean, you could there's probably an app for that somewhere in the Android store.
Probably. It's
Anyways,
just
but
ridiculous, though.
just having it built in, I mean, it kind of makes sense. It's Amazon. They do want your business and your money.
I know, but it's just sort of so obvious. Like, they're not even trying to hide it. It's just you scan something and they're like, you can buy this here. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they're selling you advertising, essentially.
Well, okay.
They're selling you a
Talking
way to buy more stuff.
speaking of sending you advertising,
Oh dear.
what about Loot Crate?
Oh, okay. Yeah, interesting. I mean, I've sort of thought for a while that Loot Crate must get paid by some people or get a discount to include content in their boxes to advertise the maker of that content.
Yeah, but on the other hand, you are paying as well. So you're paying for advertisements?
Hmm. I see. Though you are, I see your point. You are actually getting physical products for it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you may be being, you may have a yeah, sort of a brand of toy, a collectible brand advertised to you, but you are also getting one of those collectibles.
Mhm.
And some people that will then make them sort of OC'd out until they get all of them
Yeah.
advertising successful. But other people, they've just got a cool figure. So
Mhm. Yeah. I I personally think it, I personally think it's a really good idea. Nobody's really done this before. Um, they could try to maybe switch things up, make things. I don't know. I just feel like Loot Crate. When I look at the unboxings, I just think, man, that just looks kind of cheap. You get some badges and stuff, and
yeah, I don't think it's worth the money you pay for it.
yeah, not really. So,
So that
anyways,
might be because most of the stuff doesn't appeal to me. Like having little figurines, it just doesn't. That's not what I want to be spending my money on.
yeah,
And like half the box is made up of these little figures with bobbleheads. It's like really.
yeah.
I hate to jump back, but I don't really understand any of this conversation. So I was going to say about the Twitch thing. Do you think that Amazon buying Twitch? Sorry, is this completely random now? Is this
No,
like
no, no. That's the name of the game.
No, that's
Name
fine.
of the game.
okay? It's as if this topic is over. We can totally move on. But anyway, I mean, do you think that it could possibly be a way of, in some small fashion, breaking up Google's monopoly on the world, providing some other place for people to go to for some sort of video
Well,
making?
Twitch already has been. Twitch hasn't been owned by Google before.
Well, they
So
were.
Amazon buying it
mm,
hasn't changed its independence from Google.
I mean, I
Uh, so,
kind of thought Google bought them. I kind of thought Google bought them, but it didn't quite go all the way through, so they're not officially owned by them. I was really confused because I was like, wait, didn't they officially buy at Twitch? But
there was the anonymous leak, yeah, but
I
that turned
was
out to be incorrect.
I was slightly confused. But oh
Mm.
well.
Yeah, it was very odd.
Mhm.
At the very least, it means that they can't buy it later, because I think everyone was expecting, oh, Google's going to buy it eventually, and it's going to be one
Oh,
more thing.
I doubt that Amazon would ever let go of something.
Oh, definitely not. No, they're going to cling on to that for dear life.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Amazon, it's actually been doing a fairly okay job. I mean, their Fire Phone is actually pretty decent. I haven't actually tried one out, but they seem pretty decent with like their
From what
3D.
I've heard, it's actually pretty cheap. It's okay for a first phone,
Yeah.
but it's not worth buying over any other like proper
Well, yeah,
phone.
and I guess the ecosystem isn't as big for like the specific features, like the four cameras that track your face and whatever. Um,
I mean, it has some interesting features.
yeah.
I think a second generation of it would be much more interesting.
Hmm.
But it is their first attempt, and it isn't entirely successful. I don't think.
Yeah.
I mean, it's certainly not as good as any sort of HTC or Nexus, something like that, for the same price.
Yeah. I mean, the Nexus phones, they could definitely use a refresh.
Oh,
Um,
I mean, they'll get one soon enough.
I hope
Um,
so.
they
They're.
do it every few years or so.
Hmm.
Um, Google haven't forgotten about it. I'm really excited to see a new Nexus tablet. That's what I
Yeah.
want.
Dude, just get an Nvidia Shield. They are beast. They are
You're talking about
abs.
it in your video.
Yeah, I'm actually holding it in my hand right now. It is a beast. It is pretty much the Nexus 8 or whatever you want to call it. But I mean, if Google's going to make another tablet, they've got to beat this thing, and there is no way that they're going to do
I
that.
mean, they always do low end stuff though.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean, the
true.
Nexus isn't a high end line.
Yeah, that's true. This thing is
That's sort
like,
of your HTC 1M8 stuff.
yeah. I
The
mean, this thing
Samsung
is
Galaxy
like
S5.
$350, right? So we'll see
Yeah.
what Google can
I mean,
do.
Nexus isn't cheap. It's just
Yeah.
sort of a cheaper option.
Yeah, it's a
Still
cheaper option, and
good.
it's also like
It's decent
purely,
enough.
yeah, it's also just
It's
pure
not sort of
Android.
a hardcore gaming,
Yeah.
but it's good enough for sort of browsing the web, doing what sort of not hardcore gamers want to do,
Yeah.
using sort of Facebook and stuff easily. Fine.
Mhm. Yeah. Just looking at the specs here.
It's very good they have that as an option for people who don't want to pay extortionate amounts of money. There was a
Yeah.
lower end option.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
think it's very good.
the Nexus 7 16 GB is $229, and that's not including shipping, of course. So, I don't know.
Mm.
I guess it's a decent tablet for the money you're getting, or for the
Yeah,
money you're
it's
getting.
nice for people to have the option of a lower end product if
Yeah.
they can't afford a higher end one.
hmm Anyways, so what next? What next? What next?
I was just looking at the straw poll, and it is absolutely tied.
Yeah, I
It is
know. I
two
was.
votes for 1 hour, it is two votes for 30 to 45 minutes, and two people don't really care.
Yeah.
There was a straw poll.
Yeah, there was.
Straw poll on how long we should do these for. We weren't sure if we should, like, we've been doing them for an hour, but if people want us to shorten them to 30 to 45 minutes, then we were willing to do that, but no one can really come to a good consensus on this. So I say we just go until we're done.
Yeah. 3 hours later. Are we done yet? Anyways, um, Matt, are there any plans for you to do the ice bucket challenge?
No, no, not at all.
Well, do you have any plans on at least donating to ALS?
Um, I donate to charities regularly.
Mm,
Anyway, I might give a contribution to them if I had a large amount of money.
right.
Um, but yeah, I do charity donations anyway. You can't donate to everything.
Well, I mean, not yet.
Oh, well, most people can't. I mean, Bill Gates is doing a pretty good effort at it, but
Yeah.
yeah,
I
most
mean,
people can't.
yeah.
So is it?
Actually, speaking of Ice Bucket Challenge and Bill Gates, his video on it is very funny. He actually invents a contraption to deliver the ice better.
And it runs on Windows XP.
You see him welding and everything. It's just like, oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah, Patrick
So
Stewart's ice bucket challenge has got to be the best one I've ever seen, though.
And Lady
I,
Gaga's one, she doesn't even flinch at all. Doesn't even blink.
Yeah. Anyways, what were you saying, piano?
as I was saying, is it considered weird to do it without being challenged by somebody?
No, not at
Yes.
all. No, I wouldn't think so.
Oh. Okay. No. No. No.
Yes.
I mean,
No. Yes.
I mean, the first guy who did it, he wasn't challenged by anyone. So, if nobody's going to challenge you, just do it and challenge other people and branch off from there, right? Like,
Yeah,
just
it's
get
true. I mean,
more
ultimately,
people
it's all
involved
to raise money.
or raise awareness at least.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
I
true.
have to decide
Awareness is
what
more important than
I
money.
hmm
yeah, decide whether I want to show my face for that or not.
Just have like a giant blur around your face.
If I
Oh,
did it, yeah, if I did it, it would not be on a channel or anything. It would be like a personal thing, like maybe Facebook or something.
Yeah, you can post on my channel. I don't care.
that would be really funny though, Gabe, if I did something to hide my face and just. Oh, yeah, that might be funny. Anyway, no promises, people. I may or may not dump a Bluetooth device on my head.
Yeah. Yeah, no promises
It's,
here either, but it's possible. Just saying that. Throwing
but
it out there.
it is good that the internet is latching on to some good cause instead of just let's do the Harlem Shake and crap like that. It's like
Gangnam Style.
Yeah.
yeah, and Gangnam Style, and here's Miley Cyrus twerking, and it's like at least now that the internet has a new trend, it's a trend that is doing something positive for the world as a whole.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it the ice bucket challenge has got to be the best thought out thing ever because one, you're raising awareness, and two, YouTube has this obsession with challenges like the cinnamon challenge, the cracker
Yep,
challenge, like so it's brilliant. It's a brilliant idea.
it's it's perfect for the internet.
Mm.
Mm.
And of
Although
course,
to be fair, oh, sorry.
I'm pretty much done. Go ahead.
Okay. I was gonna say to be fair, most celebrities aren't doing it because of the charity aspect. They're doing it because of the sort of everyone's doing it. It is yeah, it's not being always. I mean, some celebrities obviously are doing it because they want to, but many celebrities are doing it because it makes them look better rather than because it's raising awareness.
Yeah.
You do
Right.
have to
Now,
remember
some
that.
people are donating crap loads of money,
Yeah.
and doing the ice. Like it was, who was it? It was, um, dang it, Martin. No, some Charlie Sheen.
Eh.
It was he donated like $10,000. Like he had to like he was dump a bucket of ice water on his head, and it was just like $10,000 bills. And I think he challenged like Ashton Kutcher and a bunch of other people to do the exact same.
Hmm.
So it is some people
I
are
mean, many
willing to.
people aren't doing it because they want to. I'm just
Right.
pointing out that not everyone is quite as charity minded.
Right.
Yeah, you're also
I
right
mean,
about that.
regardless, it is raising money, so ultimately, it's always a good thing.
Yeah. I mean, they gave some reports on how much money they earned, and I don't remember the exact numbers, but like normally they get around $4 million a year, and this time they've gotten um 94.3 million since July 29th.
Oh
So
wow, okay.
Dang.
yeah. And last year and during the same time period they raised 2.7 million. So that's kind of a big leap.
I
Yeah.
mean, ultimately, anything that is raising money is fundamentally a good thing,
Yeah.
no matter why it's being done.
Well,
So,
There's a way of raising money for, but yeah.
well,
let's
okay,
raise
okay, yeah,
money.
yeah, yeah.
Let's raise money for my Coca-Cola addiction. It's raising money, it must be good. Yeah.
Well,
Sweet.
on a sort
For
of
your
side
forehead.
note, on a better segue here, if anyone wants to raise money for my cola addiction, then I'd be happy to receive it.
Yeah. I've got a Kickstarter going. I've got some Indiegogo
Indiegogo,
stuff.
yeah,
Um, you can go hit me up on Patreon. No, kidding. I'm
for one
totally
can a month.
kidding. Although my Coke addiction is not false. That came out
If
slightly
you don't
wrong.
want to donate, just leave a like on this video, and we'll reach however many. If you reach however many likes, then we'll do the ice bucket challenge or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
I had to have that light joke in there somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere.
Well,
Yeah,
It's just the running thing. That is literally the only thing in any of our show notes is just like joke.
yeah.
Yeah.
wow,
We actually don't have show notes, unfortunately.
No.
so prepared. All doing second take.
Yeah. Anyways, so have you guys seen the Anaconda video? Um, by who was it? I think it was Nicki Minaj or someone.
Oh God.
Anaconda. It
I have not
is.
no.
Eh, you said Miley Cyrus twerks? Oh boy, you have not seen this
Uh,
video yet.
no, I haven't, and I won't. Uh,
Yeah,
sure
if we need more reasons not to
not.
watch it.
Yeah,
I
it's
I don't
just
watch. I will not watch her. I will not watch Miley Cyrus.
not in a box, not with a fox, not in a tree.
Doctor Seuss reference.
Yeah.
Very good.
Woohoo!
Yeah. Speaking of doctors, what do you think of? God, I'm getting all these segues. What do you think of the new Doctor for Doctor Who?
Seriously,
Uh,
Doctor's use to the new doc. Oh, okay.
Well, they're still doctors. I mean, okay, who actually watched it? I haven't seen the new episode.
I haven't seen it, so if you spoil it,
I have not seen
we'll
it either.
agree.
I actually did not watch the last Matt Smith season either. I got behind, and I just haven't been watching much TV at all.
Mm,
Actually, I'm not I won't spoil it for you, but the last Matt Smith season wasn't particularly brilliant. They didn't have any sort of really good. Well, they've one or two good episodes, but they had fairly few
yeah.
ones of good plotline,
I'm
which I was
just
pretty sad
finishing up.
about.
I'm just finishing up Sherlock. I've got to like series 3. It's
There
Oh,
were only 9 episodes. Okay,
yeah.
it,
It's
it,
it's
it's not a
pretty
lot.
good.
Well, Sherlock, I think it's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
It's just a shame there
it's
isn't
always
more.
great.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm finally in it. My friends took the longest time to get me into that, and finally it was just like, you will watch this, and I just like watched all of it in like 2 days. It was
Jeez.
awesome.
Yeah. One thing I
How
really
can
like
you
about
blame it
it.
on your friends?
Yeah.
You really
One
like what?
one thing I really like about it though is they aren't like 20 minutes. They're an hour and a half long.
Oh,
That
it
is
is sort
like
of movie quality,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, and
It,
they are better than the Sherlock Holmes movies that just absolutely sucked after watching these shows, these
easily, yeah.
episodes.
There's also an American version called Elementary.
Really?
I
Yeah,
heard
it's
that
probably
was
Yeah.
not good though.
yeah, it's
It's
probably
not
got
as good, but it's still very good.
mm,
See, the problem is the same problem that Watch Dogs had. Watch Dogs is still a very good game. It's just not as good as the trailers showed.
right,
So the
and it had
Elementary is still a very good show. It's
and
just not
it's
as
got
good as the Sherlock.
it's got popping and shader issues and things like
Mm,
that. Real, if you stream it onto your PC, it performs really badly.
okay,
I'm
but
done.
yeah, Elementary is still good. It's just not as good as other Sherlock.
Right.
So
Yeah.
by comparison, it looks a bit worse.
Mm.
It doesn't have anything sort of the editing. Have you seen the episode where he's got shot and is falling backwards, and then there does the whole mind palace bit?
Um, possibly. I don't. Was that one? That was that series one, two, or three?
Three.
No, I've only gotten like halfway through the first episode of that one, so.
Oh, whoops. Okay,
Don't worry,
forget that.
spoil it.
Whoops.
Spoil it
Good.
all you want.
Oh,
Uh
I just had the biggest freaking screw up.
oh. You're supposed to
Okay,
be in class
so
right now.
no, just with the recording.
Oh dear.
Uh, you guys just like disappeared for a second, and I don't know why, but it was just like there was nothing. So I stopped recording and it asked me if I wanted to save it, and I hit no. So then,
Wow,
Well, guys, guess what? This is a Game Master exclusive.
guys, this is so professional.
I know. It's like we've been doing this for years.
yeah, I don't know what's happening. Every time I open my recording stuff, it just like everything goes quiet. Oh my
Jeez.
God, I'm done. I'm just gonna talk now. I'm not gonna put this up. This is
Yeah, you've got
Yeah,
that
you've got
video.
that
screw it.
video.
Oh dear, the echo's back.
Echo. Yeah, yeah. This is a part of the video
How about now?
where we're playing technical difficulties music.
Yep. How
Da-da-da-da-da.
about now?
Yeah, no, you're good.
Yep, fixed. Good.
Or at least it's a lot quieter. Um, yeah. So, um, I know you guys aren't as technically inclined as me, or at least I don't think so. Are you?
Nope, I'm obviously not.
I'm pretty technically inclined.
Okay, what do you think of that setup? I just sent it to you in the Skype chat.
Let's have a look. It says good for your viewers right here.
Yes, I promise you we will stream this at some point. Maybe we won't show our faces, but we will stream this at some point. Yeah, it's
Oh wow.
yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, put a link to this in the description. That's all I'm
Oh
saying.
yeah. Yes. To
Not
summarize
on the
it,
screen here.
yeah. To summarize
Sorry.
it, for those who are not um watching the video because they've downloaded it for the audio, were we going to talk about this piano, the iTunes stuff?
What? I guess.
Um, yeah, I'll talk about it in a second. But for those who are not looking at the video on YouTube, um, it's basically a really, really sweet Razer themed computer build inside a desk, and you can check the link down
It looks
below.
very cool.
Yeah. Um, but anyways, so me and Piano were thinking of putting these episodes on YouTube starting sometime soon. Hello?
Yeah,
Yep, I'm here.
that
Sorry.
sounds like a good idea. Yeah.
I'm boring you guys so much.
No, no, it's fine. I didn't realize it was like a thing to discuss.
Mm. Yeah, well,
What
no, go ahead.
do you mean? No, go ahead.
No.
I
Yeah, so we're thinking of putting these on iTunes so that it's easier to just download them and watch them on the, or listen to them rather on the go. Tell us what you think about that. We're doing it regardless, but I'm still working out some issues with the. website.
Tell us what you think. We don't care, but just tell us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm still working out some issues with the website.
This show
Because,
has a website?
well, technically it's got a web page on my website, but
Oh, okay.
it's not quite done. There's some broken things about it, so I'm trying to fix it. But the podcast episode should be on iTunes relatively soon by the time you're listening to this.
Ah, okay, I see. Right.
So, yeah.
Well, if they listen to it on iTunes, then yes, it'll be on iTunes.
If you're listening to it on iTunes, good job. Yeah. Anyway.
Success.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're about 10 minutes from an hour away, so if we want to wrap this up, we can certainly do it now.
We've
Yeah,
been
we should.
talking for an
Uh,
hour?
Almost, yeah.
Are you sure?
yeah,
Well,
these
50
both
minutes.
pretty quick.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, well, actually, starting from the beginning of the recording, so that was roughly 10, 15 minutes, so 45 minutes, give or take.
Hmm, okay.
Yeah. I'm just gonna check Reddit and see if there's anything we can talk about from there. Um, what do you think of this whole PC Master Race thing? Are you like, do you really think it's do you, do you
10
really
minutes
think
is not long enough.
There's
but do you really
this
think the
maybe.
PC Master Race is like as great as it seems?
Yes.
Well, topic ended.
Hmm. I
Well,
don't know what to
PCs
say
are the
there.
superior platform in pretty much all reasons. The only reason you get a console is because you're guaranteed that your game will perform on it. On
Yeah.
a PC, if you don't have a good enough PC, then you could not have enough frames per second to have an enjoyable experience.
Right.
However, should you have a good enough PC, that it will always perform better than a console. The console's hardware is always fixed. The experience is the same on every single console. If you're playing, just to say, Rise of the Tomb Raider on an Xbox One, PS4, or PC, your experience will always be better on a PC.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, Piano Dude, you picked the top this time because apparently you can't contribute to these
I'm
ones.
kind of out of ideas here. Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm just sort of been seething. So, that last, yeah.
Mm,
Well, console hardware never upgrades. PC can upgrade as much as you want.
yeah. Mm, yeah, so I guess we could finish off this episode of Random Ramblings. I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode. Leave a like, go check out everyone's channels. There will be links and stuff down below of all the things we talked about. Maybe, if I remember, and I usually do not. Um, and we will see you all next week. Probably on Friday, unless it's going up the day before. Because scheduling. Woo. Organization. I'm tired. Good
Hmm.
night. Any
See you
I
guys.
last.
have an, I have an excuse for being tired. It's midnight here. It's like 3 p.m. where
Yeah.
you are.
Yeah, it's actually 4 p.m., but your point still
Shit's,
stands.
yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah, we will see you guys later. Hope you enjoyed.
Goodbye.